We came from a couple hours out, so we actually forgot a bunch of stuff because we left
a microphone
and a tripod. But
What is this?
I know, right?
I did a years ago before I was in theater. Deadman, me and our first drummer, we actually had to play music for this comedy fucking stage show, and so it was just like he would play just snare and I'd play guitar. So like between comedy things, we'd have to be like.
It's like the Seinfeld
and then
music.
Would turn on and be like, hey! It was really fucking cheesy, but I was really far, drove all the way there, and I forgot the snare. Oh. So I had to floor it all the way back to get the snare. Same thing.
Hey, LBC, you guys. I'm Phil Hoffman.
I'm Elijah McEwen. We're here with Tyler Connolly from Theory of a Deadman.
Hello!
Hanging out at Voyager Days in Mattawa. And so, Tyler, thank you for joining us today. It's a pleasure and an honor having you here.
Thank you very much, gents.
Yeah.
And Orion, who's filming today.
I'm Orion for today.
How you doing? Sorry?
Orrin?
Orrin,
It's
what's
a
up?
strange name. They spelled my name wrong in the past.
He's
Orion
here.
Well,
I know.
your
What are you
name is
gonna
what
do?
it says in the past, Orion.
Orion is my name now.
You get called for the day.
You kept me up until about 3 last night, too, playing Baja.
What?
Can't make this stuff up, Baja.
I did not.
Band that didn't let the dogs out.
That wasn't
Oh my
me.
God,
that
really?
was not me. I'm not a Baja Men fan. I don't like them.
Why are you playing that song?
He's just making things
Weird
up.
things
he's
happen
making it
at
up.
2
Yeah, he's making it up.
Yeah.
That's the wrong way, that's my ringtone.
Did you let the dogs out?
Well, I looked out the window at the tour bus, and someone did.
Oh, they're just running around like crazy out there.
So, have you ever been to the Ottawa Valley before, in the Ottawa area at all?
I'm going to say yes, because I don't remember. So that means maybe.
Yeah.
All right, that's fair.
I don't know. We played a lot of festivals in Canada. I mean, we're right by, like, Quebec is right across the river.
Yeah.
And Ottawa is just south, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know if we played Voyager Days before. The stage doesn't look familiar, but I don't know. The good thing about Canada is we can, after all these years, we still play new festivals and stuff. And we're like, where the hell are we? Which is nice, rather than playing the same freaking ones every year. You get bored.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You get to see a lot of the country then.
You do, man. We've been everywhere. We've. I don't think we've ever played like Yukon. None of it. Northwest Territories, though. That's it. Played everywhere else.
There's still time.
There's still time.
Coming next year to White Horse.
Maybe. Yellowknife.
So, in the early days with the band, who would you say were some of the inspirations for you, or people that, helped you get to where you are now?
Inspirations? Well, we grew up in Vancouver, which is a couple hours north of Seattle, so we grew up listening to grunge. So for us, it was just all grunge shit. I love Pearl Jam, Alice in Chains, Soundgarden was one of my faves. Ironically, Nirvana was not one of my favorite.
Yeah, you do.
It was weird. Like Nirvana was so huge for such a short period of time, and it's like they encompass the whole grunge movement. It's like it's all about Nirvana, and all these other bands are like whatever. Like Nirvana was in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame the first year they're eligible.
I know, right?
And then I'm like, well, hold on. If you're gonna put Nirvana in, then what about Soundgarden and Pearl Jam? Like, come on. Like, I don't know. I thought Pearl Jam was just a bigger band. I don't know. They're for me more inspirational. But yeah, it was all for me. It was all grunge back in the '90s when I was just starting to learn how to play guitar and shit. It was all of that. For sure.
So, like, early on playing with other bands that you were opening for, were there any ones that kind of stood out that, were inspirational, kind of, or mentored you at all, or learned stuff about business?
We toured the most with Three Doors Down. You know Three Doors Down?
Oh, yeah.
They're from Mississippi, and great. They're like our best friends. We just did a show with them in Nebraska like 3-4 days ago.
Oh, wow.
And it was nice to see those guys after all these years. Yeah, we toured with them the most out of any other band. And yeah, it's funny because we were these Canadian kids that went out and toured for months with this band from Mississippi. And they all were like, hey man, what's up? And they all talk funny, and they made fun of us that we talk funny. And after a while we started talking like them. Like, how's it going? I go on stage and I'd be like, how y'all do? So it was, I don't know, we learned a lot because they were such great guys. They were really nice guys. And they didn't really have that rock star kind of mentality. They didn't. I don't know. They just they seemed really just low key and down to earth. And I think that was a nice start for us because you know as you go on years and years, you kind of run into bands that are dickheads.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, how did they become dickheads? So it was almost nice that we got to tour with a band that was nice.
That's
Show us like, hey, you can be nice people and still be a rock band. You don't have to be dickheads.
Yeah. Without mentioning names, have you guys had to tour with anyone that's been like that?
No, we never really toured with any bands with dickheads. We've ran into bands that had terrible attitudes, like just from the start. But they don't really. They kind of bands like that crash and burn, enter turmoil within band members. So you can't see it coming. You know, you get too many alpha males in the group or something like that. With us, we're just I don't know. Maybe it's just being Canadian. We're just like whatever. We don't care.
Yeah, I think that's the Canadian mentality.
Yeah.
I think so. I mean, everywhere we go, we always get not made fun of, but just this stereotype of being sorry, sorry, and all this stuff. And it's like, well, you know, I'd rather it's good that Canadians are known for being polite, rather than being like, you guys are a bunch of savages or something. You know, I don't know.
There's worse things.
Yeah, there's worse things for Canadians to be known for than being polite and nice all the time.
So tell us about the new album and the process that's been behind that.
Wow.
It just came out of nowhere.
Our new record's called Savages. Our album just came out. It's our 5th record. 4th one we recorded with Howard Benson, a producer he's been great. We recorded the 4th record that we did in Los Angeles. This one took a long time to make. We just struggled over trying to figure out where we wanted to go. It's just I wrote a lot of songs in the beginning that were very samey to the last couple of records, and the last couple of records we had a lot of big success with, but I don't know, like on this record I was writing songs and they all just felt so done, like we were just done with that sound, and it was nice. I wrote a song called Savages, and we jammed it about a year before we went into the studio. We had it for a long time. I don't know, it was something about that song. I wanted to name the record Savages. I felt it was like a lead-off track and all this shit. And it all worked out. Like sometimes you do that and it just doesn't record the song. You're like, B-side. But this one, it just felt right. And so it was easier to write songs around that because then you had a theme. So then, you know, we had Drown and we had other songs like Panic Room, Song with these other aggressive tracks with guitar solos and stuff we hadn't done in a long time, rather than the fun rock songs that we've been writing for the last 5 years. It was nice to change.
So in saying that you're changing things up, is there any songs, I know a lot of bands always say there's one song that they absolutely do not want to play on stage anymore. Is there any songs that you're kind of like tired of playing, or you're pretty cool with all of them still?
No, I mean, we haven't played, there's a lot of songs we don't play, like singles we don't even play anymore, but I don't think so. Like Dave never wants to play Point to Prove again on our first record. For some reason, he's like, I never want to play a song. It's because this is a song that I wrote years ago, like when I was a teenager, and then when we put on the first record, we completely changed it, and Dave hated how we changed it. The song was like 6 minutes long, we cut it down and changed the chorus, and Dave hated it. So he never wants to play that, so I always will start jamming it. I'm going to jam it tonight, just to piss him off. But I don't know. Other than that, like, I think it's kind of a lot of stuff in the first record we don't really play a lot of anymore. I don't know why, but I don't know. We just have so much material now. We play one song on the first record.
There's really only so much you can play.
We play 17 songs or something a night. There's still singles we don't play. So,
what's it like to be a Canadian band that's achieved success in the United States? As we see that you've had 2 number ones on that hot mainstream rock chart.
It's cool because there's no really other bands. Only the bands that we see on the road that's Canadian is 3 Days Grace.
Yeah.
Which we're good friends with. They're great guys. But other than that, like us in 3 Days, there are only 2 bands really out there just kind of waving the Canadian flag around the world. Like we got a couple shows in Russia coming up, and then we got a UK tour. We're gonna go play Ireland. We've never played Ireland before. A couple shows there. So for us, I think it's exciting for us to be Canadian, to be able to go to these other countries and have them, you know, find out where we're from. Because a lot of people don't even know where we're from. We'll go to the States and they'll be like, where are you guys from? Like, we're from Vancouver. Vancouver? Canada? We're like, yeah. They're like, oh. And then you can see like the wheels turning. They're like, what the hell? Because they just don't even know. They don't even think, like, it doesn't matter, which is great. It just doesn't matter. And we're not really one of those bands either go on stage and we're like, we're through Deadman and we're from Canada. We don't, it doesn't matter. It's music, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But there's something inside of us that's cool to be able to go to other countries and have success there and have people come to the shows and sing along. And being from Canada, when we really don't see a lot of other rock bands from Canada doing that. It's cool.
That is cool.
We have,
That is cool.
What do you think, Orion?
I think it's going pretty well so far.
we have a lot of young bands play on our show. And, do you have any advice for people just starting out?
I think what worked for us is that we always enjoyed it. I run into so many people. I live in LA, so I run into so many people that are in bands, but they don't have careers. They don't, like, they're in a band, they're gonna make it, and it's such a disgusting, it's just lame. It's like, just go get a job, get a freaking job, get a career, and your band should be your hobby. Music should be fun, it should be a hobby. So for us, it was always a hobby. We all had jobs. Me and Dean had 2 jobs each, and we made good money, you know, and getting a record deal was just like something that happened out of the blue. And we were so scared to quit our jobs because we were stop the money coming in to start something we had no idea if it was going to work. So I think that's what people should focus on, is just, because then at the end of the day, you're still doing music for fun, right? I think people obsess over like making it, and you run into so many musicians that don't have jobs, or they work some part-time job because they got to focus on their music. It's like, nah, man, like, there's nothing better than when I was working a day job, to come home at 6 p.m. and pick up my guitar because I could get away from this shitty job or whatever. And then I loved playing guitar. It became my passion. I don't know. It's a lot of luck too, man. I don't know. So you can't put all your cards, can't put everything into the band because it's really tough if it works. I don't know. It's like the lottery.
Yeah, true.
What was it like working with Alice Cooper on this record?
It was great. I flew to Phoenix to his house, and then he's got a little studio there. He's got a radio show that he does out of his house, so I just flew there. And the producer, we ran Skype. So the producer was in LA talking to me and Alice in the studio while they were recording. So he could actually hear all the tracks back in LA in his studio and to listen and be like, that's great, you know, maybe if we try this and stuff. It's kind of cool. We've never done a session like that before, but he was a super nice guy, super pro. He's got this dartboard in his studio room. He comes in, he's like, hey, how you doing? It's all throwing knives and throwing stars and shit. Pulls them. He's talking to me, and he's all with them all bullseye every time. So I'm like, oh, yeah, pull it out, whip it, bounces off, it's in the shoe. I'm like, all right, that's enough. Yeah, I guess he had some sort of throwing knife thing on stage for a while. He'd throw knives at some assistant, like in a circus act, but he couldn't do it anymore for insurance reasons, I guess.
He does some pretty cool stuff.
But he's a great guy. He's really talented.
We also have a gift for you.
Oh yeah, we were walking around the festival.
We got
the worst down a fish call.
Dude, it's amazing. With head underwater, blow fish call continuously for 10 minutes and 18 seconds.
Exactly 10 minutes and 18 seconds.
God, any longer, not any shorter.
Remember, fish are like cats. They don't always come on call. Manufacturer Wilmer Crafts.
I think that should be what your next song is about. Fish calls. I think that could be a
really
hit.
Well, eh?
Dust in my office. Who can I sue?
Who's the manufacturer?
Wilmer Manufacturer, Wilmer Crafts.
Please don't
Thanks for the gift. What up? It's Tyler from Third Deadman. Thanks for watching Live Between Commercials. And we'll see y'all real soon. To thank Sass Gordon, the original fish call, and Orion for putting on this amazing show. Right. And everyone else can just go fuck off.
Same tour manager Mark was in charge of Sass Gordon. but he is not. That's a Gordon says Jordan. Sorry, Orion, Orrin.
I don't think.
No, he's not.
Yeah.
Make some fucking noise for Seth Gordon. I was like, what? That's where Orion.